We have new information this morning on a motorcycle crash in West Fargo that we told you about last week. The North Dakota Highway Patrol now says the driver has died of his injuries. He is identified as 30-year-old Andrew Laborico of Fargo. Troopers say he missed a curve at a roundabout at Cheyenne Street and 32nd Avenue South a week ago on Sunday. They say he was thrown off his motorcycle and then hit a retaining wall. The Highway Patrol says that he had been charged last week with driving under the influence of alcohol. State troopers are also investigating a deadly crash near Enderlin, North Dakota. They say a 40-year-old woman from Starbuck, Minnesota, ran off Highway 46 east of town last Sunday, hit an approach, and then landed upside down in a water-filled ditch. They have not yet released her name, and they're trying to determine what led up to that crash. Now 3 minutes past the top of the hour, taking that look outside, or actually we're just going to head right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. I know we want to take another look at that sunrise because it is looking really beautiful out there. We'll get a chance to see it here in a moment, but it is cold. We are back down to some sub-freezing temperatures to start off our morning. We talked about this last week, how we'd have a round of this for some time in the long stretch here heading into this week, and that is continuing here this morning. But there is some positive looking weather coming up for the end of the week that we'll be talking about coming up here. But let's focus on today. We have to get out the door and get to where we need to be, and you're definitely going to want to make sure you're ready for some cool weather and that extra layer, and maybe even get that car started a little sooner rather than later today, just so it's nice and warm inside and any frost is taken care of. We're down to the teens in one spot. Langdon's at 19 degrees. It's 28 in Fargo, 25 in Grand Forks. Looking at winds that are out of the north, that continued northerly flow keeping us cool, and into the teens here this morning. And radar and satellite map looking nice and quiet and clear. And here's a look at that sunrise. Looking beautiful. That orange glow on the horizon here this morning. Sunrise right around 6 a.m. And here's a look. In fact, we're now looking at a sunrise before 6 a.m. So nice to see that. And we're looking at temperatures again today that will be climbing out of the 20s, but it's just so cool. We're only looking at a high of 48 degrees in Fargo. Keep in mind our average high for this date is 68, so 20 degrees below average. I mentioned there's some positive looking weather toward the end of the week, and we're going to talk about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we need all the positive thoughts we can get today. Lisa, thank you very much this morning. Fire gutted an Otter Tail County home over the weekend, and investigators are looking for what caused all of the damage. It happened around 6 Saturday morning in Henning, Minnesota. Fire crews say the garage was engulfed in flames as they pulled up, and a nearby home and business also caught fire. Crews tell us everyone made it out safely, but the family did lose a dog in the fire. The house and garage are destroyed, and the next door business has minor damage. The Cass County Sheriff's Office is telling us they'll have more information on a Castleton murder in the next few days. 23-year-old William Dittmer is in jail for murder after a shooting on Friday night around 9:30. The victim is a 50-year-old man. The shooting happened in the 100 block of 3rd Avenue South. Deputies spent the weekend gathering more information and evidence and will forward the report to the state's attorney's office. The sheriff's office says there is no danger to the community because of the incident. The deadline to get your coronavirus economic impact money is this week. The IRS says May 13th is the last day you'll be able to enter your banking information to have your stimulus check deposited directly into your account. People should visit the Get My Payment tool. That's at irs.gov. And you should go there by 11 o'clock Wednesday morning to check on the payment status and, when available, provide that direct deposit information. After that, the IRS will start preparing millions of files for paper checks that will start arriving through late May into June. The North Dakota Department of Health is reporting another 27 positive coronavirus cases in the state, but only 936 tests were completed in the report. That's well below Governor Doug Burgum's 2,000 per day goal. There were no new deaths reported yesterday, keeping the state total at 35. 24 of those deaths are from the virus. 4 are patients who died with the disease, but that's not what killed them. And 7 deaths are still pending. 29 North Dakotans are currently in the hospital. That's down from 5 on Saturday. Cass County saw another 24 positive cases on Sunday, pushing the county's total to 805. That's more than half of the state's total of 1,491. 792 people are listed as recovered. Minnesota has 20 more coronavirus-related deaths. The state's death toll now 578. Yesterday was the 10th day in the last 11 days where there have been at least 20 fatalities reported. One of the deaths on Sunday was someone from Clay County in their 60s. Overall, another 481 positive tests were reported in the state, the lowest since last Sunday. That makes 11,271 Minnesotans who have tested positive. 6,882 are no longer needing isolation. 434 patients are in the hospital, with 199 of them in the ICU. You might have noticed that your nose is dripping a little more often, and you might have that tickle in the back of the throat. Well, that's because allergy season. We're warming up, and those greens are starting to bloom. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner explains the different types of allergies that we can develop and how they might make us feel. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Jordan. Yeah, everybody's bodies are different, but some people may experience allergies all year round, or they could just be seasonal as well. And this is all based on our immune system.
Allergies are the body's immune system response to what should be normal things that we inhale or eat, but unfortunately our immune system has decided to see them as foreign invaders.
Adults who have seasonal allergies may experience some hay fever-like symptoms, and that could be a runny nose, watery, itchy eyes, nasal congestion, and sneezing are all common symptoms. But for children, you may have to pay closer attention.
Little ones tend to have more skin manifestations such as atopic dermatitis or eczema, and food allergies is much more common in childhood.
Mold allergies and pet allergies are also common, with 3 in 1 people having allergic reactions to cats and dogs. These two allergies are one that people may struggle with year-round. But we talked about symptoms. However, some symptoms can be similar to COVID-19. How you can spot the differences is just ahead.
All right. Yeah, that's something a lot of people are worried about right now. Abby Furchner reporting live. Thank you. Motor coach companies are feeling left out as the government steps in to help others in the travel industry. Still to come on the Valley today, we hear from them as they gear up to go to Washington, D.C. to ask lawmakers for what they need. But next, it sure looks pretty out there, but it don't feel pretty out there. We are cold today. Lisa Green will have just how cool we can expect to stay for the rest of the week.